Operation. Instructions. Dashboard overview. Left turn indicator. Display. Right turn indicator. Power on key. Start button. Left and right turn signal switch. Emergency stop light switch. Front combination light switch. Control box overview. Sub-box night vision light. Emulsified pitch adjustment potentiometer. Sprinkler adjustment potentiometer. Rear wheel steering switch. Automatic centering button. Rotor lifting switch. Rotor drive switch. Shift switch. Load control switch. Front door lift switch. Differential speed control switch. Emergency stop button. Walking handle control. Rotor speed adjustment potentiometer. Engine speed adjustment switch. Rear door lift switch. Cap slip switch. Rotor manual automatic mode selection switch. Black hole plug. Overview of the cab panel. The front headlight switch of the cab. Rear headlight switch in the cab. Bodywork light switch. Rear working light switch. Marker light switch. Rotating warning light switch. Wiper control. Wiper sprayer switch. 9. Sub-box night vision light. Retractor. Sprinkler indicator. Emulsified asphalt spray indicator. Machine control box overview. Left control box. Tailgate lift control switch. Slow rotation and high pressure cleaning switch. Emergency stop button. Right control box. Tailgate right control switch. Rear wheel steering switch. Emergency stop button. Get in the car. Hold the handrails with both hands. Step on the ladder. Open the cab door. Please follow the 3-point support posture shown in the figure. Get up and down the cab correctly. Settings. Manual seat adjustment. Seat position. Pull the handle. Slide the seat back and forth to the desired position and release the handle. Seat height. Adjust the weight adjustment handle to select the numerical value gear corresponding to the weight of the operator. Seat back. Lift and hold the lever. Adjust the back of the chair to a suitable angle and release the lever. Drive. Insert the key. Turn the key switch on and off. Turn the key switch to the left. The key switch is off and the power is off. Turn the key switch to the middle side. The key switch is turned on and the power is on. Press the start button to start the engine. Turn the key switch to the right, and the lighting system of the whole vehicle works, passing through the upper part of the cab. The rocker switch switches the light on and off. Press the horn switch. Sound the horn before starting the engine, and when it is necessary to warn people outside the aircraft. The operation of the throttle lever. The engine speed is controlled by the throttle knob to increase or decelerate. Turn it to the right. Increase the rotation speed by 100 RPM. Rotate it twice to the right and rotate it to 2000 plus or minus 10 RPM. Rotate it once. The speed drops by 100 revolutions and rotates to the left twice to 700 to 800 RPM. Progressive operation. Select the fast or slow gear and push the travel control handle. Go ahead. Back. Milling and watering operations. Before using the sprinkler system for the first time, you need to loosen the drain of the sprinkler pump. Drain. Fill water to overflow and tighten the drain. Rotor lifting. Turn the rotor up-down knob to the down state to control the descending of the rotor. Speed. Milling to a predetermined depth. Rotor rotation. First select the rotor drive mode, manual mode, or automatic mode. In manual mode, turn on the rotor drive switch and adjust the rotor potentiometer to the appropriate rotor speed. In the automatic mode, the rotor speed is set on the display interface. First, select the milling object density through the display. Select the rotor target speed range, such as M1. Then, turn on the rotor switch and adjust the rotor speed potentiometer from minimum to maximum. The rotor target speed range M1 to M11 corresponds to the driving speed range S1 to S11 in turn. Spraying control. This page can enter the control of water spraying and asphalt spraying. The spraying status shows the status of 8 nozzles. Green means the nozzles are open, and gray means the nozzles are closed. The user can select the working mode as needed, and the drive switch must be turned on for watering and asphalt spraying. In the manual state, the amount of water sprinkled is realized by adjusting the potentiometer. Turn the sprinkling volume knob to the maximum state. After the water is sucked into the rotor housing, turn the sprinkling volume knob to the minimum state. Then, adjust the relationship between the vehicle speed and the sprinkling volume and start the regeneration operation. The process of stopping is completely opposite to the above process and will not be repeated here. Emulsified asphalt spraying control is similar to watering control. Air conditioning control. Air conditioning system, heating and cooling air conditioning, can provide you with a comfortable operating environment. The various operating switches of the air conditioner are located under the seat. You can find air volume switch, used to control the air output of the blower. Temperature control switch, used to adjust the temperature of the cab during cooling. Adjustable air outlet. Information. Alarm reminder. Fuel level. Work status indication. Function button. Sprinkler mode indicator. Rotor speed. Asphalt mode indication. Milling depth. Engine speed. Vehicle speed. Air pressure. Articulation angle. Engine coolant temperature. Water flow. System working pressure. Rear wheel angle. B preset button. Back door angle. Engine oil pressure. System time. System walking pressure. Asphalt flow. System voltage. Anti-slip state. Detailed description. Alarm reminder. When the system has a communication failure, the icon turns into a red flashing state. When there is an illegal operation, the icon turns to a yellow flashing state. Press the icon to enter the detailed fault information page. Working status. The icon becomes a tortoise in working gear. and a rapid in driving gear. Sprinkler and asphalt working modes, divided into manual and automatic states. D preset function button. Press to enter the D preset page. The function button on the right side of the display. Press it to enter the corresponding page. The steering angle of the rear wheel. The animation effect is displayed simultaneously when the rear wheel rotates. Other icons are used for general information display. Engine start. Confirm the following. Turn the start switch key to the first gear and turn on the instrument power. Press the start button, switch on the starter mode, and start the engine. Note: the starting time should not exceed 10 to 15 seconds. If a second start is required, the immediate interval should not be less than 1 minute. Braking. Note: when starting the machine, wait for the system air pressure to reach about 0.8 megapa, then release the parking brake, and then you can drive and work normally. Before stalling, activate the parking brake to prevent the car from slipping after stalling. Operation steps. Start the machine. The machine is ready. The engine starts and runs normally. Drive the machine to the construction site. Activate the parking brake. Turn on the milling rotor. Lower the milling rotor to the required working depth. Select the walking gear as the working gear. Release the parking brake. Drive the machine forward and walk slowly. Note: when the milling rotor is lowered, the front door is closed and the rear door is closed. After work. Raise the milling rotor completely. Turn off the milling rotor. Check the cutter head and cutter seat of the milling rotor and replace if necessary. Move the machine to the next construction site or stop location. Use the parking brake. Maintenance. Vehicle lubrication. Before starting the machine every day, check whether the grease at each lubrication point is sufficient to ensure that the bearings are normally lubricated. If the cold regenerator operates continuously, the use of grease should be checked during the intermission. Operation method. Refill grease for each bearing from the filling port. Pay attention to the corresponding bearing seat. If there is grease overflow, stop filling. Regular maintenance. Maintenance every 10 hours. Check the connecting bolts of the transfer case, engine and rim bolts. Check the throttle control, handbrake, foot brake, and gear shift control system. Check the engine oil level. Check the working hydraulic oil. Check the transmission oil. Check and replenish the amount of coolant and fuel oil. Remove the dust collected in the engine air filter. Check milling tools and tool magazines. Clean up the dirt and debris on the working device. Clean the exposed surface. Grease the moving surface and each lubrication point. Clean up impurities in the water filter. Maintenance every 50 hours and maintenance every 10 hours. Only after the first 50 hours of operation will the following maintenance be carried out. Clean the radiator. Check the brake and adjust if necessary. Clean the air filter. Measure tire pressure. Check the amount of engine oil. If necessary, add engine oil from the oil filter port. Clean the oil filter element and diesel filter element. Check the tension of the fan belt. Check the gap of the working device. Maintenance every 250 hours and maintenance every 50 and 10 hours. Only after the first 250 hours of operation will the following maintenance be carried out. Fuel filter, replace filter element. Transmission oil filter, replace filter element. Engine valve clearance inspection and adjustment. Replace the 3 engine filters, namely diesel filter, oil filter, and water filter. Measure and add battery fluid. Clean the surface and apply a thin layer of Vaseline to the joints. Check the working device, the front and rear frame, the front and rear axles, the stress welds, and the fixing bolts for cracks and looseness. Tighten the rim nuts. Check the brake clearance and the wear condition of the brake pads. Adjust the tension of the fan belt. Press down with your fingers at a point between the generator pulley and fan belt, about 6 kg force. The normal belt tension deflection should be about 10 mm. After adjustment, tighten the lock bolts and nuts firmly. Maintenance every 500 hours and maintenance every 250, 50, and 10 hours. Tighten the connecting bolts at the front and rear axles and the frame. Check and adjust the handbrake and foot brake clearance. Change the diesel engine oil. Check the wear of the brake. Clean the fuel tank. Clean the dirt of the water cooling system. Check the battery and charge it immediately if it loses power. Maintenance every 1,000 hours and maintenance every 500, 250, 50, and 10 hours. Replace the front and rear axle gear oil. Replace the gearbox with new oil and clean the oil fan filter. Change the working oil of the hydraulic system and clean the oil filter of the oil tank. Check the brake. Clean the oil filter of the diesel tank. Check each welding part. Maintenance every 2,000 hours and maintenance every 1,500, 250, 50, 10 hours at the same time. Check and repair the engine according to the diesel engine manual. Overhaul the gearbox and transfer case. Replace the transfer case lubricant. Through the natural descent of the working oil cylinder, check the sealing of the hydraulic system valve block and working oil cylinder and measure the system working pressure. Check whether there are cracks in the welding seams of the working device and the frame and the fixing of bolts and nuts. Check the welding seam of the rim and the stress parts and correct its deformation. regular inspection and maintenance. Proper lubrication and maintenance can ensure trouble-free operation and long service life of the road cold recycling machine. As the operating period of the road cold regenerator is extended and the operating cost is reduced, the time and cost required in the plain regular maintenance are greatly compensated. Remarks: please refer to the manual and simple operation manual for the unclear parts of this script.